Unit 1. Towns and Cities.
Hello everyone! Hello students! It's me again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you can call me Teacher Erin. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Are you guys in a good shape? Good condition? I hope so. I wish all of you had an amazing day today so we can have fun learning together. I also hope you guys have a good health, good conditions. Alright, so for today's video, it meant for Year 5 students like always, which I'm going to teach you a same topic today, which is topic or Unit 1, Towns and Cities. Towns and Cities. We are still in this topic because our lesson is still not finished yet, still not done yet. So that's why. Okay, so can I ask you, are you still remember what we learned in my previous video, my past video, our last class? Don't you dare to forget, yeah? We learned about comparative adjective, right, in my last video. Okay, so what's come on your mind when I talk about this topic? Can I ask you, have you ever been to any cities or towns? If yes, where? Where did you guys go usually went to if it was a city? Like example, New York, Los Angeles, California, Seoul, Korea, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Alright. Okay, now if you have your textbook or student's book with you, please open it and use it along together. You can refer to page 13. So this is textbook that we are going to use, like always. English Plus 1 second edition Year 5 students book. So, like I said just now, we are going to learn about something new, which is our main focus today, main grammar today is present simple tense interrogative. Repeat after me. Present simple tense interrogative. Interrogative. Alright, so but let me remind you, our main skill for today is reading, membaca. And our complementary skill for today is speaking. So we will do activity that is related to reading and speaking only. Alright? So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. But before that, let me show you our objective, content standards, and learning standards for our lesson today.
Objective. Number 1. Students should be able to read the reading passage, a story about town and city out aloud together. Number 2. To circle and recognize the correct present simple tense interrogative based on the questions given. And objective number 3 is to talk and describe the places that they chose by using present simple tense interrogative. Content standard. Main skill. Understand a variety of linear and non-linear print and digital text by using appropriate reading strategies. Complementary skill. Communicate simple information intelligibly. Learning standards. Main skill. Use with support familiar print and digital resources to check meaning, Complementary skill describe people, places, and objects using suitable statements.
Before we start our lesson, we will watch and listen to the song video of towns and cities. Are you excited? So let's start.
All around the town. Welcome. Do you know what a town is? A town is a place where people live. It is smaller than a city where you might see lots of people and buildings. A town may have small houses surrounded by grassy fields or farms. Let's get started on the worksheet. The directions say, check the box next to things that you might see around a town. First, we see a picture of tall buildings. Then, there is a picture of farmland. Which of these could you find in a small town? The correct answer is farmland. It is common to see farms in a town setting. Good job. Let's look at the next set of pictures. Here we have a cottage and apartment buildings. Do you think that people in small towns live in cottages or apartment buildings? That's right, they live in cottages or other types of homes. Apartment buildings are usually found in busy areas where lots of people live. What's happening in the last two pictures? There is lots of traffic going on in the first picture. We see people in their cars traveling down a busy street. In the second picture, there is one car driving on a small road. Which of these pictures look like something you would see in a town? Yes, the second picture. A town usually has narrow roads, not large busy streets. Good answer. Congratulations! You completed the worksheet. Awesome work!
Since we are going to learn about grammar about present simple tense interrogative, so let's watch this animated and fun video together. Regarding to our main grammar today, which is present simple tense interrogative. So, for more better and more understanding. Alright, are you excited? Alright, so let's begin.
I can never mess around, hang with friends or cruise the town before I'm ever allowed to go. My parents always want to know who, what, when, where, why, and how. Answer these questions here and now. It's an interrogative interrogation. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Only then can we allow. And don't ever even think of fabrication. Interrogative interrogation. If I want to go someplace to just get out and have some space, I must tell my parents all I know, or they'll never ever let me go. They'll ask who, what, when, where, why, and how. Answer these questions here and now. It's an interrogative interrogation. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Only then can we allow. And don't ever even think of fabrication. Interrogative interrogation. Finally
lesson. Alright, first thing first. What do you know about simple past tense interrogative? What is simple past tense interrogative? I guess all of you must be really wondering, right? So let's learn it together. Okay, so like you all have know or doesn't know, let me tell you. The present simple is the tense used to express permanent situations or events that regularly repeat, selalu berlaku or always occur. When expressed in its interrogative form, the verb is used to ask something about the subject. So, how do we form it? The simple present tense in its interrogative form has these structures. So, how do we form it? The simple present tense in its interrogative form has these structures. Do or does plus subject plus verb plus something and add question marks. For the first one, we have do or does, which mean by the third person singular change from do to does. Second is verb, which mean the base form of the verb is the same without any changes. The third one is irregular verb, to be. For example, like am I, are you, is she. So, like you see the table beside me, this is how we construct simple present tense interrogative. Like example in sentences are the first one. Does the bus stop here? Second, do monkeys eat bananas? Third, do you go to cinema every weekend? And fourth, does Snow White eat the apple? 5. Do you have any advice? 6. Do you live in France? Example number 7. Does she start her new job on June 17? 8. Do you promise to help me with my homework? Does the show start at 10 o'clock? So, how to use it, or in other words, how it functions? How does this simple present tense interrogative works? So, present simple in its interrogative form is used to ask about first one, complete action that happen as we speak, commentaries. Second, facts, things that are generally true, stated. 3. Habits or routines, something that happens repeatedly in the present. 4. Informal narrative, when telling a story. Number 5. Instructions or orders. 6. Permanent situations that have been happening for a while and will be happening in the future. 7. Planned future, which means planned events with a given exact date. 8. Promises. 9. Timetables or planned events with given exact time. So, in conclusion or in summary, we use present simple in its interrogative form to ask about situations that regularly or repeatedly or always occur. When we use the present simple in its interrogative form, we start with do followed by the subject and the verb in its base form. Like the sentence ends with a question mark. In the third person singular, we use does. For example, do you work on important projects? The sentence is in the present simple interrogative. So we start with do. And we use the base form of the verb to work. Like example, does she work on important projects? The subject is she. So we start with does and we use the base form of the verb to work. not. The verb to be is irregular, so it doesn't follow the general formation rule for the interrogative form. We put it at the beginning of the sentence to form questions. Are you guys understand? Now, we will do our first activity together, which is we are going to read a reading passage about a story about town and city. So you have to read the passage out aloud together. Alright, are you understand? So this is the text that we will read together. Now let's start to read it.
My town. Hi, I'm Monica and I'm 19 years old. I live in the capital of England, London, and I love this town. There are many places to visit, so I never get bored. I love listening to music, so I often attend concerts and go to places with live music. Next to my house is a cinema, which I visit on Saturday evenings every weekend with my friends. Bus station and train station are also in the nearing, so I can easily commute to school. In Warsaw, there are a lot of restaurants and cafes, so you will never be hungry here. I really like shopping, so I often buy clothes in very big shopping malls. Living in a big city also has a few drawbacks. Everywhere is a lot of people, especially in a subway. There are a lot of traffic and air is very polluted because of car fumes. There are also a lot of attractions for tourists. For example, built in the 1st century Tower Bridge, Big Ben, and the Madame Tussauds Museum with wax figures of famous people. I encourage you to visit London so that you can fall in love with this town too. Yay! So that's all for reading passage. Now I want you to read it again on your own, alright? Can you do it, students? Alright, well done, students!
Now let's do our second activity together, which is we are going to talk and describe about the place that we chose. We chose it by using present simple tense interrogative. You just learned about it, right? So I think there will be no problem at all. So let's start describing it.
So we will choose New York City as our favorite places. Alright, so let's describe it together. So in New York, there have what? Is it New York City was known as the Big Apple? How many bus routes that New York have? Does New York is the capital of the USA? Does it have a famous Statue of Liberty? How many tall buildings does New York have? Is JFK is a famous museum? Does New York have 3 airports? And the last questions might be, do you like New York City? Alright, well done everyone. You did describe it very well. Good job.
Alright, now it's time for exercise. You just learned about simple past tense interrogative, right? So now let's do exercises together. Can you guys do it? All you have to do is to circle and recognize the correct present simple tense interrogative based on the questions given. Make sure to answer it carefully, right? So let's start.
So the first questions are, she pregnant? So what is the answer? The answer is is. Is she pregnant? Second question. Your sister works in New York. So what is the answer? Does your sister work in New York? So the answer is does. Number 3. Many buildings in the town. So what is the answer? How many buildings in the town? Number 4. You share a room with your brother? Do you share a room with your brother? So the answer is do. Number 5. And go camping every summer? Does Anne go camping every summer? So the answer is does. The last question. Your father good at cooking? Do your father good at cooking? So the answer is do. Well done everyone. You did an excellent job together.
So I think that's all for our lesson today, and I hope you learned a lot from my video. I guess you already can use or understand or implement some of simple past tense interrogative in your life, right? Very good. So before we end our lessons for today, I will tell you our moral values for today's lesson, which is we must always appreciate the town, even though they were not as good as modern as and advanced like the city. Alright? So I shall see you guys on my next video next week. Don't forget to study and do your revisions, okay? Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and a big thumbs up would be very appreciated. Alright, bye. Take care, stay safe, and I love you.